Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I want to give a massive, warm welcome to all the brilliant creators tuning in right now, and a very special shout out to our vibrant community of Hindi and English speakers joining us from all around the globe. We've taken all the core source material and packed it into this visual explainer to give you exactly what you need to succeed. Now, you know when you're scrolling online and you see those crazy, ultra-realistic AI videos, and you just think, wow, that looks amazing, but there is no way I have the technical skills to pull that off. Well, today we are going to completely shatter that myth. We're going to master a tool that just melts away the friction, skips the technical headaches, and puts true cinematic creation quite literally at your fingertips. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our clear, step-by-step roadmap for today's explainer. We're breaking things down into 5 quick sections. 1. Meet Kling AI. 2. Setup and free credits. 3. The video creation process. 4. Pro tips and tricks. And finally, 5. Pricing and best use. All right, kicking things right off with Section 1. Meet Kling AI, the generative engine. So what actually is Kling AI? It's this incredibly advanced generative video tool developed by the tech company Kuaishou. And listen, we're not talking about those weird, blurry, shape-shifting clips you might remember from the early days of AI. This tool takes standard text prompts or just a static image and spins them into hyper-realistic videos. And you've got to pay close attention to these output specs because they are a massive deal. We are talking about crisp 1080p resolution running at a buttery smooth 30 frames per second. That's a total game changer for us creators. It basically means the outputs are high enough quality to drop straight into professional projects. Moving right along to Section 2, Setup and Free Credits, focusing on onboarding and the economy. Now, you might be wondering, how hard is it to actually get my hands on this, and is it going to cost me a fortune? The beauty here is how ridiculously frictionless the onboarding is. It's a seamless 3-step sign-up process available worldwide. You just head over to klingai.com, sign up using literally any email address you want, and then go check your inbox for a verification code. Boom, you're in. That is the whole shebang. There are no complicated hoops to jump through, no annoying waitlists. It's designed to get you in and creating instantly. Now, what's really interesting about this exact number, 66, is that every single day, Kling AI just hands you 66 free credits, and those refresh every 24 hours. But there is a tiny catch you've got to remember. It's a daily use-it-or-lose-it system. They do not roll over. To put that into perspective, generating a standard 5-second video costs you 25 credits. If you want a longer 10-second shot, that takes 50. So with your daily 66, you can easily spin up a couple of gorgeous 5-second clips or one massive 10-second scene, totally for free, day in and day out. Which brings us to Section 3, the video creation process, where we'll look at text versus image modes. You essentially have 2 main pathways for creating a video here. First up is the text-to-video mode. Think of this as the AI starting with a completely blank canvas. Because of that, your text prompt has to do all the heavy lifting. You've got to be incredibly specific about your subject, the lighting environment, the exact action, and even your camera instructions, like panning or zooming. Then, on the flip side, we have image-to-video mode. This changes the dynamic entirely. Here, you upload a reference picture, maybe a product shot or a cool portrait. Since that image already locks in the entire visual identity of the scene, your prompt gets way, way simpler. You literally just write a motion-focused prompt telling the AI exactly how you want the things in that picture to move. Let's move to and see how this builds into your actual practical workflow. It really just breaks down into 4 easy steps. Step 1, drop in your detailed text prompt or upload your reference image. Step 2, click Generate. Now for Step 3, which is the waiting game. During normal queue times, cooking up these high-fidelity files takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Honestly, that is blazing fast when you think about the immense computing power needed to render a brand new 1080p video out of thin air. And finally, Step 4, download your video. From there, you can toss it straight into editors like CapCut or Premiere to stitch clips together and add your sound. All right, let's get into the really good stuff. Section 4, Pro Tips and Tricks for Mastering the Workflow. This is where we cross the line from just messing around to actually becoming pros. So, how do you stop your video from freezing at exactly 99%? And even better, how do you magically save 80% of your credits? If you've played with AI video generation before, you know the absolute heartbreak of waiting for a render only to watch that progress bar hang right at the very end. It's the worst. It wastes your time and eats up your valuable credits. Well, guess what? We have the exact formulas to stop this from ever happening. So, the crucial point is implementing these 3 specific pro tips straight from our sources.
First, you absolutely must give the AI an end state in your prompt. For example, don't just type wind blows through hair. You need to say wind blows through hair and the hair settles back into place. Giving it a definitive conclusion stops the engine from trying to loop the action forever, which is exactly what triggers that dreaded 99% freeze. Second, keep it focused. Avoid complex prompts with 7 or more distinct elements. Overloading it just skyrockets the error rate. And third, this is the absolute golden rule. Generate static images first. Spend a few credits dialing in the absolute perfect still image and only animate the winner. If you do this instead of blindly rendering full videos over and over, you can easily save 80% of your credits.
And that leads us perfectly into Section 5, Pricing and Best Use, evaluating the investment. We've thoroughly covered the free tier, but if you want to scale up and make this a core part of your production, we need a quick reality check. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what you can expect as you scale. The free tier, with its 66 daily credits, is absolutely perfect for practice and small tasks. But if you're a heavy user ready to level up, the paid plans scale from a super accessible $6.99 a month all the way to $180 a month for serious high-volume output. Now take a second and compare that top tier to the cost of hiring a traditional production crew, renting gear, and managing sets. When you look at it like that, the investment is basically a no-brainer. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with the absolute best use case strategy we found. Let's say you're building a multi-prompt documentary explainer, maybe a deep dive into an ice cream factory or breaking down a historic football match. For projects like that, image to video is unequivocally the best mode. Why? Visual consistency. If you just rely on text prompts, the AI is going to change the look of your factory in every single shot. But if you generate one perfect reference image first and feed that exact same image into the generator for every new scene, you lock in perfect visual consistency across your entire project. It's a massive shortcut. It is honestly wild how a few structured techniques can totally unlock the potential of this platform. You've got the roadmap, you understand the daily economy, and you've got the pro hacks to bypass those annoying errors. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought. What world are you going to build first using that image-to-video consistency trick? Are we talking an epic sci-fi universe, a historical football documentary, or a weirdly mesmerizing ice cream factory tour? Get on the site, claim those 66 credits, and start experimenting. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Stay curious and happy creating.